I think there's two types of entrepreneur. Um, because when I talk to people that are way further ahead than me because they've got big businesses and whatnot, I've barely got more than the few people I've worked with. But when I watch motivational clips or see, just ask for advice or whatever it might be, or even like someone asks me because I'm a few months or a year or a bit ahead of them because they've not started something that I've done like a year ago, but I'm 10 years ahead of a teenager, but I'm 50 years ahead of some other guy. And the thing I've been kind of thinking about is that when you are starting a journey in whatever kind of thing it is. I'm not on about like self-help and entrepreneurship here, although that's typically where this kind of subject matter applies. I'm on about everything, whether you're into self-help or whether you just have a passion of some kind, whatever your creative outlet is. And anything can be creative, and not art isn't the only creative thing. Whatever you find passion in doing, like for me, it's filmmaking, it's storytelling, it's now business in the last few years. I realized I have a passion for kind of business strategy and planning, and I like kind of assembling pieces, almost like a puzzle piece of putting all these bits together, and it's kind of like playing Tetris or, I mean, to be honest, it's Monopoly, and Monopoly is one of my favorite board games, and I realized that passion along with like storytelling and marketing. I mean, marketing to me is ultimately storytelling. It's gathering attention in the most creative and unique ways, and that's what storytelling is really. It's telling a unique story. And anyway, the point of this is that I think there's kind of two types of person that keep myself lit with the screen. There's kind of two types of person. Actually, take my blockers off anyway. I use blue light blockers for my screen, even though I've got a blue light filter on anyway. Side tangent. I think there's two types of entrepreneur or business person or anything. It's not necessarily just entrepreneurial, self-helpy. It's anybody, whatever passion you have. I think, again, from the motivational stuff I've watched, there's people that enjoy the process and there's people that enjoy the outcome. And the thing that's confused me the most, and feel free to share your thoughts on this as well, is that whether it's been a film project, whether it's been a business idea that I'm trying to do, whether it's been starting my business and trying to get clients, whether it's been working with clients, whatever it's been, outcomes I've achieved or things I'm trying to work on and processes I'm taking part in and trying to do, I realize there is certain things I enjoy the process of and certain things I enjoy the outcome of. And often you will naturally also enjoy the outcome of something that you happen to enjoy the process of. For me, I find like business strategy, I find like planning, I find marketing, I find that process very enjoyable. I wake up every day kind of dreaming of kind of working on the strategy of the ultimate marketing plan or the ultimate story. Um, I'd say about 80% of filmmaking to me, other than like the logistics of it, other than like writer's block, which is arguably like most of filmmaking and writing anyway, I'd say for the most part, like 80% of filmmaking to me is an enjoyable process. But there's always little areas where I don't enjoy the process. I'm just looking forward to the outcome of what this thing is. And the whole reason I'm making this is because I'd like to know your thoughts as well if you're watching this. Whatever passion you have or whatever you're trying to work on or actively working on, like, do you have to motivate yourself through the process? Are you like disciplining yourself to do this thing because you're just so passionate and the outcome for you is so desirable that you do the process regardless? Like for me, I have me and my friends my best friends that are my filmmaking friends, we were working on a short horror film in 2021 and into 2022, and I can tell you that was a very, very stressful time. It was sleepless nights. We had like a 21-hour filming day. That like, honestly, if we were contracted, if that was like a actual contractually obliged project, we would have been breach of so many like legal boundaries. But it's friends having fun making a film together at a friend's house. So it's just doing what you love overnight and trying to make something amazing out of it. And so that process, there were moments like I was, sipping on my Monster can at like 3 in the morning with my sweets next to me, just like trying to get through the scene. And to be honest, not enjoying that moment. Although there are other moments in the filming process I do enjoy. I'd say it's probably like 20 to 30% of these like ultra enjoyable moments where I get to kind of have a creative spark of, oh, this idea, or let's, put this here and let's do this here. Whereas, 50% or more of the time is spent in this stressful situation. But I know that the stress is good stress, and I'm stressing out, I'm worried about all these things, I'm trying to keep everything together. And, I'm not the only one that's stressed at all. And, certainly just being the cinematographer trying to film everything, or like, film the shots that I'm actually part of, and just making sure everything is working out with my friends directing it, or friends. I realized that those moments, it's okay to not be enjoying the process, because I think it's almost like saying that you don't enjoy the process isn't bad. It's just saying that you love doing this thing because of the outcome that you want to achieve by doing it. So for me, making that film, if you're interested, I'll link it below as well. Feel free to check it out. I'd say I am proud of that film. It's definitely maybe you're not convinced by how I said that, but I think it's the best film that I've made to date with my friends. It's the best film we've worked on, the best quality film. There's obviously areas, I thought I was going to be great at sound design with that film, and, I was rushing that last minute in the end with that project, and that was a load of bad lessons anyway. I mean, the reason for the end of a lot of friendships has been, well, the couple of friendships through filming has been because of just accountability issues to do with thinking I'm hot shit when it came to trying to work on the sound, and then ended up literally bringing like an 8-pound dictaphone to the set trying to film an old fan film. Problems and problems and problems. So we go through these personal issues, and in the end, I just realised that that project in particular, one in 2021, Silent Hills fan film, I loved, and I can look back on, and I am proud of it, because I am proud that I don't look back on it being I'm not amazed at the quality of the work. Obviously, I am grateful to have that opportunity to work with the people I work with, and everybody that put in effort. I am immensely impressed with and proud to be friends with, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. I just know, looking back, that I always feel like I can do better, and I guess that's kind of my inner critic, but it's certainly my best work to date, and I'm very proud of it. I just know deep down that I'll always be critiquing my own work, and to be fair, you'll always be critiquing your friend's work as well, because I know that they can do something that's amazing, and I know that I can be wowed by something. I know that someone can genuinely shock me with an expectation of what I expect from them in terms of quality, in terms of like a piece of creative work, and it's certainly what I want to do for myself. I have visions of the way I want to see films, of series, and what I want to make in my life and tell stories. And I want to exceed those expectations of the visions I see in the imagination I have. But anyway, that was just a little side tangent about filming, but the main question I have for you is, I think, do you have more pain during the process and just desire the outcome more? Or do you enjoy the process as much as enjoying as the desired outcome? Because I think for me it's a bit it's a mix. I think that there are some areas where I really enjoy the process and also enjoy the outcome, and some areas where I don't like the process at all. I know it's stressful, I know I don't like this stress, but it is what it is, because I love the outcome so much. I love, for instance, there's times when I'm filming and it's stressful. I don't enjoy the idea of waking up in the morning to go do this thing, but the reason I want to go out and I want to be in the woods when it's raining or when it's muddy, or go to this place in the middle of the night when it's freezing cold, is because I cannot wait to be in the editing room, or finally getting to see it on a big screen, because even though it's the 21st century and, we don't have to wait for the film to be processed or anything, waiting until the end of the day to be able to see it on the big screen, to see it on my TV or on my phone closer up than it was just on the camera, is an amazing feeling, to be able to look back and be like, wow, that's what we shot today, or that's what we shot last week or last month. So I think yeah, the main thing is just the one message is I feel like don't be discouraged if you only enjoy the outcome and not the process, because I think that's the same for a lot of people. I think it's a certain type of what I myself it's a certain type of place you have to be in, and certain types of things where you only enjoy, you can also enjoy the process. I mean, and I don't think it's anything specific to. I think it's some things you might enjoy the process, some things you won't, but it doesn't matter, because as long as you're enjoying the outcome or the process or both, it's fine. You don't have to have one or the other. I think, some people, for instance, lots of entrepreneurial people that are famously entrepreneurs, like kind of Iman Gadzhi, Gary Vaynerchuk, those types of people, they are natural born entrepreneurs because they love the game, they love the process of like building a business, building teams, and I feel like I'm the same when it comes to like business strategy, like planning things, working out things, like ideas for things, which is again why I've lacked action in a lot of things, because I get so many really good ideas that I'd love to implement, and obviously it just takes people, it takes strategy, it takes action and effort and financial, commitments a lot of the time. Luckily with filming, you can, if you have an imagination, if you have an idea, you can act on that almost instantly. So anyway, yeah, that's my little ramble for tonight. Whether I actually post this or not, I don't know, because it's kind of random ramble at 9:30 at night. But yeah, I thought I'd share this with you, and yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on it all to do with like motivation through different times. Do you need motivating? I often do need motivating to motivate myself, motivated by friends, family to, get through something that I actually love doing. And I think it's okay to also ask yourself, why do you love doing this thing? But then there are times where you're reminded why you do love doing it. And yeah, I look back on these times, and I'll probably look back on this in 5, 10, 15, 20 years time, however often, and be like, yeah, I remember why I love filming. I remember why I love building this business, or working with these couple of people, or, getting rejected on cold calls, and, all these different things that kind of shape your personality and shape who you are and grow you as a person. I mean, I could never have imagined cold calling for my business a year ago, or even, like, I was barely cold calling a year ago. I'd done a few, but especially 2 years ago when I was like a shy film and TV extra guy, doing the odd like social media job as well. And now I've done like nearly 1,000 cold calls. It's crazy. I mean, in terms of filming, like, yeah, everything's changed a lot. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on all this stuff, and sorry for the ramble, but yeah, if you enjoyed it, thanks very much. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new, and see you in the next video. Bye.